something so strange still going on with that secretive Scotsman. Why do I still care? That's the question. Why am I talking to myself?
I picked up a line, Therese. I'll keep it here. Lovely as ever. Thank the Lord it wasn't damaged.
I can still see it in the cave where Tobias and the guards found it, all covered with grass and leaves, as if an animal had tried to bury it.
Duncan, the boat the guards sighted pulling into the west shore has gone. They weren't able to see who got off.
I know who it was. It was Lilith.
But you said she was at her hotel this morning.
Aye, and when I arrived, she wouldn't let me in.
It was always her pattern when she was disturbed to withdraw and sleep. It was a deep sleep, almost like a hibernation. She'd be erratic and moody for hours after she woke, even more unpredictable.
She was here last night. She took the portrait and she's come back.
Then you'd best hide Shannon's portrait.
Oh, no. If I can't have her with me, loving her and missing her as I do, at least I can have her by my bed to ease the pain.
Yes?
Isabel, it's Hank Elliott. I brought over those Barbara Wright originals for you to try on.
Just a moment. Mr. Elliott, I'm sorry. I seem to have lost all track of time.
If you'd like, I'll wait in the lobby for Barbara while you...
No, come in. I was here alone, brooding in the dark. It's not very good for the soul.
It's kind of dark in here.
Yes, well, the morning light was so irritating, I drew the drapes.
Do you mind if I open them?
No, please go ahead.
Hey, some garden here.
Yes, my very own private little jungle.
Incredible. Some of these look very exotic. Be a shame when the frost comes.
Yes, well, they'll die, but I consider that death is a natural part of life's cycle. Don't you agree?
This one is really beautiful.
My personal favorite. So exotic and beautiful.
That's a cozy picture. The proud parents with Hal Munson. And what about Meg? Can you imagine the kind of child Tonio's genes are going to produce?
Mom. Ma. What? I wanted to talk to you about something. Something happened last night. Between Craig and me.
I can't wait to have my baby boy just like him. I can't believe you beat me to the punch.
Oh, you guys have got it made. Time you're gonna have a new kid to play ball with in your new backyard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Darling, Detective Munson is extraordinarily fond of that baby.
Yes, yeah, well, likes kids. It's nice. Big ones take care of the little ones.
I don't get it, dear. I mean, he and Tom seem so chummy. Am I not correct in thinking that last year at this time he was having a thing with your daughter?
Yeah. Hi, honey, what are you doing here? I didn't expect to see you. Will you look who I ran into? Hmm?
So I see. Dear Barbara, I fear that she's in for some competition that she hadn't planned on.
Oh, I should have realized sooner that your master plan involved Lily. Of course, I'd love you to tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not going to start lying to you now, Addie. You're right. See, before I took this job, I did a lot of research on Lucinda and her family, but I didn't turn everything up. When I got here and saw the setup firsthand, and then I met Lily, this sweet but spoiled, very vulnerable young woman, I knew I could have it all. Only if I had Lily.
As the World Turns. This portion brought to you today by Rich, Delicious, Mountain-Grown Folgers Crystals.
And so you realized you could have it all if you just had Lily. Oh, Kirk,
What better way of taking over Walsh Enterprises than by marrying the boss's daughter?
Oh.
You don't approve?
I I can think of a few strenuous objections, yes. I mean, aside from the age difference and the fact that you don't love her, and the fact that she is not only Lucinda's daughter, but Iva's daughter as well, and not to mention the moral issue that I'm sure you'll overlook completely in your quest to have it all. Kirk, have you even thought of the emotional pain you could cause this young girl, Lily, if you pursue her like this?
You know, I have a blind spot in certain areas.
For you to say you have a blind spot is like saying the Titanic sprang a leak. I so hoped you would learn from your experience with Lenore. Oh, and isn't it interesting that the two young men in Lily's life have suddenly left the country? Well, now I know why you asked me to get Dustin Donovan that job in my London office. Oh, and just what did you have to do with Holden Schneider's transfer to Europe?
Well, Holden was a big problem.
Oh.
He and Lily have had this thing for each other.
Oh, and by thing, I guess you mean love.
Well, they also had a lot of problems, but they were trying to get through them, so I had to call in a little help.
A little help? In what form?
This guy who drifted in from out of town named Spence Davies. He's Lucinda's new stable hand right now. I hired Spence to put some moves on Lily. I mean, Holden's a jealous guy, so it helped to a point. But I had nothing to do with the offer that Henry Lang made Holden. But everything was sort of set up so that when the offer came through, Holden jumped at it.
Oh, well, then it's all just working out brilliantly for you, isn't it? As always. Of course, you know, you could run into a problem, Kirk. I mean, maybe Lily will start caring about this drifter that you hired to seduce her, and then he'll end up with Lily and the inheritance.
No, no way. See, I've got an ace in the hole that I'll use if I have to. Make me look like a hero, too. Guy's got an ugly past.
Oh, well, obviously you have thought of everything. And did you make this plan before or after you fell in love with Lily's mother?
What do you think?
I think that if you love Iva as much as you say, you should just scrap this master plan of yours.
Yeah, but it's so perfect.
Kirk, do you really think you're going to find any happiness with the woman you love if you lie and you deceive and you manipulate her only daughter? For heaven's sakes, this side of you that is so ruthless and drives you to get what you want, don't you know the damage it's going to cause you? I mean, it's not only going to hurt Lily and Iva, but you're going to destroy the only happiness you may ever have a chance to have.
Hi, how are things with Dusty?
Well, he just wanted to call me and tell me something that he had forgotten to tell me.
Not bad news, I hope.
No, not bad. Just sad.
Huh?
Have the reports?
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Here you go.
Nice to see you again, Miss Fitzgibbon.
Oh, please call me Adelaide, Lily.
Adelaide.
Going back to the campus?
No, I have a light day today, so I'm going to go down to the stables and have a ride, talk to Spence.
Oh, that's a good idea. We'll have fun.
Thank you.
All right. Spence.
Yeah?
The princess is going to be coming by very soon. I want you to put our plan on hold until we talk again.
Why?
Just do as I say, okay, Spence?
Andy's right there, darling. Unless you're looking around for somebody else.
I was looking for Kirk Anderson. Isn't it about time for him to swoop down on us? Oh, very funny.
Darling, Kirk is having an elegant French lunch with Adelaide Fitzgibbon. I wonder if I was right to let another fox into my den. I don't know. Are you sitting down? May I tell you something?
Sure, go ahead.
You are sitting down.
Yes, I think so.
I've solved the mystery of how Kirk was introduced to poor, dear Corinne Lawrence. Do you want to know who did it? James Stenbeck. Craig and I are both adults. We knew what we were doing.
Really?
Look,
I'm not trying to take anything away from you, but he has been without a woman for a long time.
I realized that, and it wasn't like that. We've been attracted to each other for a long time. But Craig never pressured me. He always wanted to make sure that I was all right, and that it was right for me. I never met anybody like him.
Darling, I hate to say this, but I can't help but wonder if you would have wound up in each other's arms if he weren't so anxious to get his business back from Tonio, and you didn't hate Tonio so much. What about Sierra? Nobody's even sure she's dead, including Craig.
Well, I have a class, so I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Adam.
Listen, I went over to the high school and talked to Patelli, and right now is not the time to tell you, but I'll fill you in on it later, all right? Excuse me.
So, I knew you were going to be over here, and I thought maybe we could catch a quick cup of coffee.
Oh, great. Why don't the 4 of us, the 5 of us, get a table? We're going to have to skip on that. We have to go over and see Adam's pediatrician.
Oh,
Excuse us,
okay.
please.
Hey, man. Hope it's not too rough with the pediatrician, Slugger. Have a good one, okay?
Bye-bye.
Hey, see you guys. Nice to run into you.
Oh, boy, I don't have time for a cup of coffee after all. I've got to run. I have a fitting with Isabella.
Isabella, she's your new model. Listen, are she and Duncan a number or what?
I have no idea. I've seen them together a couple of times. Why?
Well, Duncan came into the station this morning and reported Isabella and Shannon missing. He was really on edge. I think he was hiding something.
You don't think it has anything to do with James, do you?
I don't know, but whenever Duncan's that nervous, anyone close to him is in deep trouble.
I don't understand why Lilith didn't just destroy the portrait if she actually sees Shannon as a rival.
But there's no telling what Lilith will do. You know that. She acts by animal instinct, not by reason. I better get back down to that cave and see if she's still hiding.
Wait, Duncan. You must take this with you.
No, I can't. Just stay here and see to it that Lilith comes nowhere near this room.
Be careful. She is here.
Isabella? Hank? Isabella? Isabella? Hello? Out here? Hello?
Hello? I'm sorry, was I startling you?
Just a little, I'm sorry. I mean, the door was open, I was calling and calling, I couldn't find you, and then I saw these plants. Where's Hank?
Oh, here I am. I had a killer headache. I ran out to get some aspirin.
Oh. Yes, I'm sorry I didn't have any medication, but I don't take any kind of it at all. I left the door ajar so Hank could come back in.
Oh, I see. I see. I hope I wasn't holding you up. You've been waiting long for me.
No. We had a lovely talk.
Good.
What happened here?
Oh, sometimes the wind is very strong up here, and you know, just well, you're so lucky to have someone like Hank working for you.
Yes,
He's
I
so
am.
gentlemanly, although I must say I find him a bit shy.
Yes. Well, shall we get started?
Yes. I laid out the outfits in the bedroom. I thought I'd start with the black one. So
That's fine. Yes. Thank you.
So, how'd the morning go?
The morning. Not great.
Not great.
Nope. First I went over to Kim's, then I ran into Margot. Then I went over to the hospital to track down to Hal, and I ran into Margot.
Well, you gotta know that's gonna happen.
Yeah, but I still hate it. And Hal wants them to be part of our lives. Tom, Margot, and baby Adam.
If there's a connection between Anderson and Stenbeck, why don't you fire him?
No, Kirk is still an asset to Walsh Enterprises. Now, I know that somebody's not telling me. Much easier for me to find out what it is when he's there and he's under my thumb.
You're making a big mistake. You should let him go.
Darling, I thank you for this gourmet lunch. Back to the snake pit. Walk me to the car, huh?
Excuse me. How are you today?
Hi.
There you are. I thought I'd find you here. How have you been?
Good.
Really?
Yes, really. Are you going to give me the 3rd degree every time I see you?
I'm sorry. I just worry about you, that's all. Glad I caught up to you. Sorry I had to cancel lunch, but somebody came up with a client.
Oh, that's all right. I had a nice lunch with my mom. We talked about a lot of things.
Good.
So have you spoken to Betsy?
No, I'm going to give her a call this afternoon. I want to talk to her about the cabin.
That think she's going to be real happy that you're going to be living there.
Actually, I've been toying with another idea for me and Bryant.
Really?
I'm thinking about maybe renting Dusty's carriage house, unless you'd object to having me as a neighbor.
Will you stop worrying? It's gonna look more suspicious if we ignore each other. How's your sister Iva?
She's still in Southampton, as far as I know.
I wonder what it feels like meeting your natural father. You know, I used to think about mine all the time, wondering why he took off on me and my mom. I can't imagine what it would be like to meet him face to face.
I really don't like saying goodbye to you, Iva.
Well, don't think of it as goodbye. I don't, but I have a job. I have to get going. But I'll come back soon.
You better. There's still an awful lot I want to know about you.
I know, I feel the same. But I think it's a mistake to try to make up for the past. I think you have to make the most of the present.
You sound so much like Emma.
I hope I'm a little bit like her.
More than a little. Iva, you've told me you never were married, but you've hinted there is a special man in your life. I hope you heed your own advice about making the most of the present. Reach out and grab happiness while you can. You'd make your father very happy if he knew you were married and there was someone looking after you.
Iva, you'd better hurry if you want to make your plane.
See you to the door.
Oh, Daddy, I don't think that that's a wise thing to do.
Nonsense. Wise or not, I'm going to do it anyway.
Of course you are, Uncle Jared. Iva, I hope you'll come and visit us again soon. You've been the best medicine my uncle's ever had.
She's already promised to.
I'll be back. Liz, you coming?
I'll get the breakfast tray. I'll be down in a minute.
Maybe once I've learned a little more about Miss Snyder and her illegitimate daughter, she may not be welcome back with such open arms. Barbara, I want to compliment you on the clothes you designed. They're all beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And not only will I model them proudly, but I would like to buy the green silk.
Oh.
It's beautiful. It made me feel as though I could, well, blend in with the terrace greenery and disappear altogether.
Certainly, I'll make a note of that. Thank you. And I'll let you know about our first assignment.
Oh, wonderful. I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
I'm not sure how long I'm going to be in town, though. You know that.
I understand.
All right. Hank, thank you for coming by. Enjoyed our visit.
So did I. I'll see you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Roderick? Lilith. Has Duncan's attorney left yet? Oh, really, I'm sure that Duncan will be very distressed to hear that. No, I haven't seen him for a couple of days. He accused me of doing some rather terrible things, and I'm not sure I can forgive him. What? How did you know that? Roderick, how did you know that I was going to be modeling for Barbara Ryan? Someone in Oakdale? Who?
I hope I've earned your trust by now, so there's no harm in your knowing. It was James Stenbeck who first recommended me to Corinne Lawrence.
Hello, darling. Ambrose. I've just learned something very interesting out of Kirk's past, and we must get together and confer. Would you meet me downstairs in about 10 minutes, outside the building? No, I want it to be outside. I'll tell you what. How was your lunch?
Very good. How was yours?
Okay.
I thought I might find a pink slip waiting for me on my desk after my confession about James Stenbeck.
Oh, darling, really? I wouldn't let you make a clean getaway with all my corporate secrets. I want you near to me and close to me so that I can keep my eye on you.
Well, that's not exactly the vote of confidence I was hoping for, but I guess it'll have to do right now, won't it?
Oh, Lucinda. Well, I enjoyed the grand tour of Walsh Enterprises more than I can tell you. I was very impressed.
Oh, well, good. I like it.
Well, I'd love to stay longer, but I do want to stop and see Monica Lawrence on my way home.
Oh, yes, you mentioned that. Monica. Clever girl. She married her attorney.
Oh.
Yes, she's now Mrs. Eldridge. I anticipated your need, and I had Jane write down her telephone number.
Well, how thoughtful of you. Thank you.
Now, you be sure. Come and visit me anytime.
I will, Lucinda. Thank you.
Well, Addie, you've made it perfectly clear to me what you think about everything I've been up to here.
What did you expect me to say? Oh, Kirk, come on. You know I love you. I worry about you. I just want you to be happy. You know, when I realized that things weren't going to work out for us, I just hoped that someday the right woman would come along for you, and I think she has. I think it's Iva Snyder.
There's no doubt about it. I knew it the second I met her. She could change me. I mean, she's strong. She's a lot stronger than I am in many ways, and she knows what she believes in, and I really envy that in her.
Well, just because she's strong doesn't mean she can't be hurt, you know. I mean, just think what you're risking by pursuing Lily this way. Well, what if Iva finds out about
Look,
it? What do you think she's going to do?
I told you, I put the plan on hold. You heard me call Spence and tell him to cool it with Lily.
Putting the plan on hold isn't enough. You have to just give up the plan completely. You have to just forget about Lily. And you have to concentrate everything on Iva. You have to show her how much you love her and how worthy you are of her love. And you'd better do it pretty fast. You know, she sounds like a remarkable woman to me. I mean, I'm just surprised that some other young man hasn't come along and just swept her off her feet.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. There is this guy named Hank Elliott who's been after her. And I think she likes him, too.
Oh, really? Well, what are you going to do about that? I mean, while you're sitting here waging this war inside, you know, Iva may just get tired of waiting and run off with the competition. Kirk, think about what you're doing. Think about it harder than you've thought about anything in your life. Because this time you have so much to lose.
Yeah, it's Anderson. Look, if you come up with anything on Elliot... No more excuses. Either you have something for me by the end of the day, or I'll find somebody else. You got it? Good.
Lily, there you are.
Oh, you sounded like you were expecting me.
Oh, no. I just figured it's nice out. You'd probably want to go riding.
Well, I was thinking about it. I was driving around, thinking a lot, and I decided to come down here and see you.
Well, is something bothering you? You want to talk?
I know I can talk to you. I talked to Dusty today. Twice. And he said that he remembered something about you.
Yeah, what was that?
He said something that had happened to you that he had heard about after he left. A tragedy in your family, and he said that you had to be put under a doctor's care for a long time after that.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
Is that how Dusty put it? Tragedy in my family, and I was under a doctor's care? Or are you just being nice, avoiding words like asylum and killer? I'm sorry. Please, don't be afraid of me.
I'm not afraid of you. I just want to help you.
I think it's a little too late for that.
What happened, Spence? Please, just tell me. I want to be your friend. I want to help you the way that you helped me.
It was something that happened when I was 15. I had a brother, Richie. And it seemed like we were always in competition. He was 2 years older than me. He just finished high school, and I was already on that rodeo circuit. He and my mother talked me into coming home for his graduation. My mom kept wanting to settle down. There was this girl Richie and I both knew.
What happened?
This girl, I thought Richie'd pretty much given up on her since he was going away to college and all, so I asked her out. Richie found us together. He got mad. We got into a fight. I punched him and he fell. He hit his head. And it killed him. I thought he was kidding at first. I bent down and I told him to get up. And then I realized. I held him in my arms. I wouldn't let go. When the ambulance came, I went a little crazy. They had to pull him out of my arms. I just kept reliving it again and again. I had to be institutionalized for a while.
Didn't they help you?
Well, when I came out, the guilt was still there. I could see it in my mother's eyes when she looked at me. That's why I left home. And I've been on my own ever since. See, too many people I knew on the rodeo circuit knew about it. And I quit. I quit.
Spence, it was an accident.
Well, now you know. I'm gonna pack up and get out of here.
Why?
You think your mother wants someone like me around here?
I'm not about to tell her, Spence. And you have nothing to hide. It was an accident. It was nobody's fault. Blaming yourself is not going to change what happened, and neither is running away.
I just want to ask you one thing. Please don't tell Pam.
I'm not going to tell anybody if you don't want me to. Now I understand why you didn't fight back when Holden started hitting you. I understand a lot more about you now.
And you're not afraid of me?
No. No, I'm not afraid of you. I'm glad that you trusted me enough to tell me.
God, you sure are different. I mean, nobody I knew ever acted the same towards me after they found out. My friends have been pretty hard to come by.
Hello? Oh, hi, Hank. It's Lily.
Hey, what do you know? I finally tracked you down. Look, Iva just called me. She's coming in today, and I'm going to pick her up at the airport at 4 o'clock. You want to come along?
I'd love to.
Great. Where shall I pick you up?
Well, you can pick me up at the stables. I'm going for a ride with a friend, and we're going to have a nice long talk until you get here.
Oh, yeah, Betsy, it's part of the reason why I want to back out of the cabin deal. I don't know. We'll talk about this when we see each other, okay? All right. Yeah, all right, we'll get you. Come in. Hey, hi.
Brother mine.
How are you? Where's your little sidekick?
Tom? Mama's taking care of Adam.
Yeah.
I wanted to come and ask you something.
How much? Just kidding, what?
I've had a really lousy day. I was over at Kim's. She asked a lot of questions, and she wasn't buying a lot of my answers. And then, of course, Barbara dropped by, which always makes my day. And I went to the hospital, and I saw Barbara there again while I was with Hal. And Tom and Adam. And suddenly something occurred to me.
I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you at the hospital. I had a class to go to, but I want to know what happened with Mr. Fratelli.
Well, he said he doesn't really remember the conversation. He was a little preoccupied with basketball.
He lied to you.
Well, okay, but this is a fine line we're walking here, Andy. I mean, he's well-respected, he's a Vietnam vet, and he's apparently a very good teacher. So when Leanne walked in the room...
Leanne saw you?
I just told her I was there to visit her teachers one by one. I picked up some vibes from Patelli, so I just told him I didn't expect to have any trouble from him or he would hear from me, and so I suspect there won't be any.
That's good. That's good. I just don't want to see her getting hurt. That's all.
I don't either. She's a good girl. Just ask Paul.
Right. I would appreciate it if you didn't tell Paul or Leanne that I was involved with this in any way.
Okay, then I'll count on you to keep an eye on Patelli and let me know what goes on between he and Leanne, because I know she won't tell me.
Yes, sir.
Good. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, great. Send him in. Okay? Keep an eye out for him. Okay. Bye-bye.
Hey, Andy, how you doing? You wanted to see me? What's up?
Yeah, I got a phone call from Jess in Egypt. She said she couldn't stay on long, but she had the sneaking suspicion that she was being followed. Coffee?
Oh, boy, I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm wondering if Duncan knows more about Stenbeck being in Egypt than he's letting on. Because one thing I wouldn't like to see happen, I wouldn't like to see Jess or Shannon get involved in that.
Well, I think it's about time that one of us had a conversation with Duncan.
My poor Shannon. I don't know what else I can do to protect her.
Duncan, this may be no concern of mine, but if you care for Miss O'Hara so, why don't you simply tell her the truth about Lilith? Apprise her of the danger she may be in.
Oh, Tobias, if I told Shannon that the whole time that she lived with me here at the castle, I was married to Lilith, she'd never forgive me. Listen, just go search the castle again, will you? Please. What are you doing here?
Looking for answers.
Barbara had my number, right? In Greece. She knew how to get in touch with me. Now, she didn't want me found. She did not want me coming back to Oakdale for reasons of her own happiness. I totally understand that. But every time she looks at the baby now, I'm beginning to think
come on,
she's
sis.
piecing
No, wait a minute.
together.
Stop that. She hasn't said anything to me. Even if she did suspect, even if she did, she's not about to say anything. In a strange way, she's sort of your ally in this one. She wants you and Tom to be happy.
Well, that makes sense, yeah. I guess you're right. It's funny how time changes some things and some things never change. I better go. I've been here long enough, and I'm keeping you from getting those offices across the hall back.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
How's it going?
Actually, better than expected.
Oh?
Yeah, with the work that Holden's been doing, it's terrific. And, you know, Emily's help. Emily's become very important to me lately.
Oh?
Just a lot of mutual interests, you know, business and, bad breaks, recent history. We got a kind of mutual support thing going.
Is that all?
Nope.
Oh, God, I hope you're not rushing in there.
No, come on, sis, really, okay? I'm not kidding myself. I'm not kidding Emily. I know that part of this is that we're working together to try to get Tonio out of here. I know that part of it is getting over Sierra. I know that. But I like her. We're friends. It's fine. We understand what's going on. There's no strings attached, so nobody's going to get hurt.
Nobody's getting... You know, Emily is coming off of, relationships with two men that have left very, very big scars in her life, you know? The ever-present James Stenbeck and Holden, a marriage. She may look at you as her knight in shining armor. She may not want to let go, and you're not exactly a free man. Sierra might still be alive.
Thanks.
Hi. Tony, I just left. I couldn't wait to see you. I think it would be a good idea for you to rent out the carriage house, because I'd love to have you as a neighbor.
What'd you want to talk to me about?
I've been thinking about something, Meg. I realized I haven't been very fair to you.
What are you talking about?
Coming by to see you at work, calling you at home, making things very tense between you and Tonio.
Josh, that's not true.
Yes, it is. It is true. I've been way out of line. I mean, I'm asking you to leave Tonio and divorce him before the baby comes. What right have I to say that to you? So I've decided that I'm going to step out of the picture for a while. until I can sort some things together in my head.
I really think you're exaggerating this whole thing.
No, you know I'm not. I'll be there for you if you need me. All you gotta do is call. I want to be something good in your life, not cause you trouble. So I think this is best, at least for now. You take care, okay?
I hope you're not thinking of taking that picture away.
Of course not. I didn't know you were awake.
Just resting. Reliving the last few days in my mind. I'm glad you're still here, Lenore.
So am I. I can see that Iva's visit has made you very, very happy. I love to see you that way.
I'd like to see you happy, too.
Oh, I'm happy enough.
Have you been in touch with Anderson at all?
Please, I'd rather not talk about Kirk. As a matter of fact, I'd be very relieved if I never heard the name Kirk Anderson again for the rest of my life.
It's okay. I'm going for a nice ride this afternoon. I'll look at it after I get off my horse. Maybe I'll ask my horse's opinion.
Well, you're not going to find a better deal, trust me. Well, if you can't trust me, you at least can't say I'm not on top of things.
Baloney, baby. What's happening with the Snyder Farm development plan?
I told you I had second thoughts about it.
Why? Because you lost your heart to a Snyder?
Look, she means a lot to me.
Yeah, what do you mean to her?
Was that a question? You trying to tell me something?
I was coming back to town today from New York. Now, you didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't. How'd you know that?
Lily is going to meet her at the airport. Lily is meeting her with Hank Elliott. I'm going to take myself a nice long ride.
Yeah, it's Anderson. You got something on Elliot or not?
Well, I'm sorry to take up so much of your time, but after that call Tom got from Jessica, I wanted to see if you could be any more specific about the tip that you got that Stenbeck was in Egypt.
I'm sorry. I'm sure Jessica is fine. She's probably on her way home right now on a plane. I've told you all I know.
I wonder if you've ever told anybody all you know. Shannon, would you like a ride back on the boat?
No, no thanks. I'm going to stay for a while.
Okay. Tom was a little concerned about you.
Oh, really? Well, you can tell Tom that I'm okay.
I will show myself out.
Okay, take care.
Still not too late to take California's
No, I'm not leaving yet anyway. I'm sorry to cause such a stir coming out here, but it just proves to me that there's something extremely strange going on here. And her name is Lilith. Duncan, what is it? I told Tom that I was going to find out why you're acting so strangely if it killed me. I thought it sounded a little melodramatic at the time when I said it, but now, from what I've partially overheard, I'm beginning to wonder. Duncan, I'm frightened. And not just for myself.
You've every right to be frightened, Lassie. I've tried so hard to protect you from all of this.
From what? If you have had a shred of feeling for me in your life, you will tell me.
Shannon, my feelings for you have run deeper than for any woman I have ever known. And they still do. But if I tell you any of this, you must promise me that it goes no farther than this room, and you must do exactly as I say. No questions.
I won't make promises like that.
Shannon, you must. Oh, by God, we'll both suffer the consequences.
My God, Duncan, I've never seen you so frightened. Not even of James.
This fear has a name as well. It's Lilith. Lilith McKechnie.
Well, well. Duncan, Shannon, how very nice to see you two together again.
Well, it was wonderful. After I got over feeling strange talking to my father after all these years, I really liked him. and I could tell that he was very happy that I had found him. So I want to thank you two for encouraging me to do that.
Well, I'm glad it all worked out, especially after all of Kirk's and Meg's warnings that it wouldn't.
Oh, I know Emma must be anxious for you to get home, so how long is it going to take you to catch up on your work here?
Well, I have to talk to Rex about a couple of things, probably 20 minutes.
Okay, great. I'll just finish my coffee while you do that, and then I'll drive you and Lily out to the farm.
Great.
Great, let me call your mother, because I promised I'd tell her when we're going to be there. Okay.
Thank you. Well, I want to thank you for picking me up at the airport. Will you come to dinner tonight?
No, I don't want to intrude. I think you should be with your family tonight.
Well, I think of you as family. I want you to be there. Okay?
Iva. Hi, welcome home. Good to see you. Hey, Hank, how you doing? So.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I had some hospital business to take care of for Lucinda. Don't know if I'll be able to forgive you for not calling me and letting me know you were coming, but maybe you were just planning to surprise me, show up at my doorstep. Is that it?
No, not really. Hank is going to drive Lily and me out to the farm, and then we're all going to have dinner there.
Oh, that's great. Thanks. I'd love to come. So, how are you? It's good to see you. How's the rag trade?
Just terrific. I'm going to get you a refill over
all right,
there.
thanks.
Always the perfect gentleman, isn't he?
Yes, I like that in a man.
Oh, it's a very nice quality. Very nice.
Yes,
yeah.
very nice.
You know, I've really missed you a lot. And I would like to apologize for all my jealousy about Hank. I mean, now I know that there was really nothing for me to worry about.
Why do you say that?
Iva, don't you know the guy's a faggot?
Yeah, hi, Mama. No, I'm calling from Tom's office. No, he's not here right now, but his secretary said he'd be back soon. Yep. Well, I'm just calling and checking in on Adam. Well, I saw Craig. We had a nice chat. Yeah. Okay. I will. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
If Barbara ever did suspect that Hal was the baby's father, she'd do everything she could to keep it secret. In a strange way, Barbara's your ally in this. She wants you and Tom to be happy.
I'm sorry to barge in like this.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you by new Chunky Chips Ahoy, the new chocolate chunk cookie from Nabisco. Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Shoes by Phyllis Poland. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.